Hello and welcome back. It's your favourite film lover from down under Ben, and I'm continuing my coverage of films I've seen at the Melbourne International Film Festival, or MIFF, as the locals call it. And I was lucky enough to see this film quite early. It was the international premiere of Wishful Thinking. Now, this film premiered, I believe, at South by Southwest and won the Audience Jury Award. Now, the film is written and directed. It is his directorial feature debut by Graham Parks. Now, I didn't know much going into it apart from the cast being none other than Lewis Pullman, who I think is always great, who plays Charlie, a musician who's somewhat struggling at the time, and Maya Hawke, who plays Julia, who is a game app designer. And they're in a relationship and they're going through a volatile period and get given tickets to a manifestation twin healer seminar. And essentially what happens from there is when their relationship is going well, there is supernatural elements to it and everything goes well. And then when the relationship is volatile and bad, everything it goes bad. The stock market, earthquakes, things like that. And I'm just going to say at the current time, there is a little bit over a week to go of the film festival. This is my highlight of the festival so far. It was the international premiere. I believe it's not releasing theatrically till February from what I was reading, but this film is just right up my alley. It really worked for me. I am certainly a fan of rom-coms, and I feel like when done right, they just really hit the spot, and this film was just hitting on all cylinders for me. Firstly, I think the story itself is really unique. I'm really on board with sci-fi rom-coms. It's obviously got sci-fi elements. Thinking, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You think Her. You think most recently even Eternity is somewhat of had a sci-fi element. This is no different here, but I think this film just really, really, really works due to the phenomenal chemistry between Lewis Pullman and Maya Hawke. They have potentially the most believable chemistry that I've seen for an on-screen couple in quite some time. And not only that, I think Graham Parks is really, really unique here in terms of his writing ability. The way the film is edited is just so fast-paced, and you pretty much start in this relationship and you're really on board with them and you're going through the ups and downs with them and you feel everything the relationship is going through. And I think it's stunning. For a debut feature, it is genuinely just a stunning piece of work. I think it's raw. It had everything you want in a romantic comedy. It had your drama. It had your great performances. It had the relationship you can get behind. It had the vulnerability and realness of real life struggles and real life relationships. And not only that, on the other side, it had your emotion, it had your comedy, it had your laughs. And I think what really stood out here, as I said, is not only the performances, but the technical craft of it all for a debut feature from Graham, like the editing, the score that accompanies it, but the way they utilize certain things, obviously with the relationship and the sci-fi elements, the way they use like a split shot through the actual screen itself is really unique, and I really appreciated it because it begs a question of these two different relationships, these two different people, and coming to connect, and how that looks, and even when toxic relationships can have an effect on everything. It was really, really interesting, and I feel like it really, really nailed the emotional scenes due to the performances, due to the direction, due to the writing. But then it really nails the comedy aspect of it all. And I thought this is just one of my favourite romantic comedies in quite some time, and I beg people to go see it. I'm sure over the fall festival season, it'll be showing in many places. I was lucky enough to go to the first screening at MIFF, and I believe there's a few more over the next week or so. So if you are in Melbourne, this is a film I really, really recommend seeing over the next week. If there are more sessions available with tickets, please go see it. Other than that, if you haven't seen it, add it to your watch list for when it comes out. I really, really recommend this one. But if you have seen it, if you've been lucky enough to catch it at the festival anywhere over the world, comment below, let me know. If you like the review, give us a like, subscribe for more. We'll catch you next time.